You're watching FERNTV, and we're here at the Toronto International Film Festival 2014, and we're going to go in an interview with director Pieter Van Hees and Pitcho of the film Wasteland. You seem to locate a lot of the places and the backgrounds where Brussels seems like really dark and gloomy. It goes well with the theme of the film, of course. Can you comment on the experience of like setting out the atmosphere of the film?
Well, I've lived in Brussels for almost 20 years now, and I wanted Brussels to be also part of the film. It's almost like a character in a film. Like in a poem of T.S. Eliot, Wasteland, it's London is also very part of it. And Brussels is a very strange town in a way. A lot of capitals have got a rich section and a poor section, and this and that. In Brussels, everything is always mixed. It's racially very mixed, it's socially very mixed. You're standing here and all of a sudden there's a door, you don't know what it is, you enter and you enter at some bar or a stuff, or it's also a very hidden city. So in Belgium, most people believe in Brussels, if you go there, anything can happen. It's a bit like Alice in Wonderland, which very well suited the movie somehow. So I really wanted to bring out that aspect.
Can you comment on perhaps the racial tension that this film may comment on in Wasteland?
Unfortunately, Belgium is not overtly a racist country, but there's a lot of racial problems. Very many people from minority have got very big problems finding a decent job. And in cinema, in Belgian cinema, they hardly exist. Sometimes I can play the refugee or, you know, the typical kind of roles. So there's a lot of African people playing in the film. And almost all of them was the first time they could play in a feature film, because they never get chances. And I really wanted, because they're so talented, like Pitcho and Babatida Sajo, I really wanted to give them a platform to show their skills. But it's also very, you know, we live in times where racial tensions are very, very present. I mean, we can make films about two people walking in space or whatever, but these racial tensions, like everything is happening in the Arab world, everything is happening in Africa, and all these people, I don't only wanted to talk about that, but how they bring it to Belgium or to Canada or the United States. Like, they have so much to bring. And at the same time, it's difficult because, you know, because film is told from the point of view of a white cop. So I met all of these cops, and as everywhere, they're not the nicest, most left-wing guys. So it's hard to tell the story from his point of view and still not make a racist movie.
Right. There's a lot of films here at TIFF actually where the focuses on a man. And he's going through a lot of challenges, a lot of decision making, a lot of crossroads. And Leo, of course, is going through this in the movie. Can you perhaps explain that universally, we all, men and women, are going through so many challenges like we've never had before?
I think one thing is, since films are getting harder and harder to get, there's a lot of 40-year-old guys making movies, which is, I guess, they're always also in their midlife crisis. So a lot of movies are about people at crossroads. Right. But I think it's also a cultural thing. It is also by this very racially mixed town of Brussels. You see all these other guys, like a lot of Arab guys have a lot of strength from their Muslim belief. Right. or a lot of guys from the south of Europe who have more traditional man-like values, and we feel we're different, but we see them act different and it works for them, and I think, oh, maybe there's something to find there. Or I think white men are maybe becoming a new minority. They, before all the world was built for them, for their values, for how they were behaving. And all of a sudden, there's all these alternatives that are a lot more sexy, a lot more interesting, a lot more new and dynamic. So it's like, what the hell do we have to do now? And I think a lot of the roles, kind of, in a way, is to look for identity. Like, how do we fit in this new world?
How does it feel to be in a first movie? What were some of the challenges, or what was going through your head when you were shooting in this film?
It was, I would like to be true on it, That's why in my character I need to really know the Africans' hearts and culture. That's why I spend a lot of time in the museum, African Museum in Brussels, and also I need to wrestling. So I take wrestling lessons. It was very, very hard, but I really enjoy it because it's like, when you're actors, you are able to do a lot of things, in one life. That's what I like in the actor things.
Now, this film also really comments on the perhaps the racial segregation in Brussels and the perhaps the racial tension. Can you perhaps comment a little bit about that and Pieter's vision for Wasteland?
Wasteland is like, the hand of the European the European evolution. You had kind of a crisis, and people, white people or black people, try to be together and fight together against this crisis. And you have the white people who don't really understand that the solution is to fight together, and they lost themselves on fighting against the other nation and other people, And in these movies, Pieter would like to connect people and say that maybe together it's possible to do something.
Yes, absolutely.
But we also have the chance to lose ourselves if we are not really good prepare on it.
Right.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be here in Toronto and this part of this international film festival? And what do you want your viewers to take home with them when they actually see Wasteland?
For me, it's very amazing. It's a very amazing experience, and I would like to take a lot of what I'm going to feel here and what the people I'm going to meet here. For me, it's like that's whoa. It's so incredible. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and I hope the film Wasteland does really well here at the Toronto International Film Festival. Please talk to us again for any upcoming projects.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.